Today I am going to share my new indicator called CITRA BOT, which I have developed for past 6 months. Now it's time for me to share this with the world. So I have decided to come up with this video. Before before I describe about it, I like to share a quote from W.D. Gann. I think everyone knows about W.D. Gann. He is a market wizard. In his time, he predicted World War One, and even the World War One and the events, some of the events he predicted are out of financial markets. He predicted World War One and financial crisis in 1918 by just seeing the historical patterns, the angles and the support resistance levels of wheat and corn, and he came up with the conclusion that this could end up in a crisis, and he predicted it accurately. Actually, why I'm sharing about W.D. Gann is that one of his quote inspired me to build this CITRA bot. I will show that quote. This is the quote. This quote says that time is the most important factor in determining market movements, and by studying past price records, you will be able to prove to yourself history does repeat, and by knowing the past, you can tell the future. This the first few lines, first 6 lines. This first 6 lines inspired me to build a indicator which able to see into the past and get a prediction for the future. So exactly I did develop an exactly indicator which does this. As a human being, we can't see back in history for about 10,000 candlestick or 20,000 candlestick, but an algorithm can do in a fraction of a second. So I decided to develop this indicator called CITRA BOT. I'll show you now. 1 second. Yeah, I'm loading the CITRA BOT in. I'm going to load the CITRA BOT in 1 hour Euro USD chart. Now let's see. Okay, yeah, this is the input parameters of CITRA BOT. Look back period, I'm going to input 10,000. 10,000 is the look back period, is the history, number of candlestick that CITRA bot have to check in the history for exact profile match. This profile period 20, this 20 is the current market situation. I will show you in a second. Also, okay, everything is good. Okay, yeah, this is the market current. This profile period 20 is this one is the profile period 20. This is the current market pattern. This 20 candlestick. What CITRA bot does is that it takes this information, this 20 candlestick information, and checks in the history for about 10,000 candlesticks in history and get the exact matches of this pattern and give a prediction for buy and sell. So in this case, this pattern, we have 3 patterns detected in history. The same pattern which came up to be 2 hits the resistance and 1 hits the support. Wait a second, I will show that to you. Okay, this red price 1.13872 is the support line, and this is 1.14272 is the resistance line. The price hits 2 times the resistance level and 1 times the support level. Actually, for how we can trade with this is that if we take a buy, there's a high probability that buy will hit the resistance, so we can put that take profit in resistance level and stop loss in support level. But I won't take this trade because the profile detected is 3, which is very low, and the pattern is very rare. Rare patterns won't be a profitable one, because we know that more than 60% of the market is governed by algorithms, trading algorithms, institutional traders, and trading algorithms that governs the market. So what this trading algorithm does is that they do exactly that. They check the candlestick patterns and give a weightage to them, and they will go to economical data, fetch the economic data from Forex Factory or some news sources, and they put a sentiment to that news and combine these two and come to a conclusion that it will be a buy or sell. So they do trade like this. Why I'm saying this is that even the algorithms won't take this trade. Why? Because it is a rare signal. A rare signal of even a human being who can view up to say for he can analyze up to 100 bars or 20, 200 candlesticks or 100 candlesticks. He will see a more widely used patterns and trade with this. A professional trader will check for a widely used pattern and trade along with the trend. A trend means, I am saying that a trend means for example, head and shoulder pattern, which is a very famous pattern. When someone sees the head and shoulder pattern, he will take a trade in, for example, if he see an inverted head and shoulder pattern, he will go for a buy. The same at the same time, if for example a huge number of people seeing that pattern and go for a buy trade, what it does is that they move the market so that the market will move in their direction. This is why we want to trade with a most common patterns. So so this is why we should avoid rare patterns and go for more common patterns. I will trade only if the buy probability is 66%, which is good, which is more than 65, but the profile detected is 3. For 10,000 candlestick, at least we need 20 plus profile patterns, which will be a good signal. Okay, if this was a 25 profile detected and 66 buy probability, I will go for a buy and set my TP on the resistance and stop loss on the support level. But this is not happening here. In I will discuss some more about the input parameters. Yeah, we know that look back period is the period that the history number of bars the CITRA will look back for the exact patterns. So this is the resistance which we can change for here. Let's see, we put 50-50. Yeah, 50-50, it will show the probability for hitting. So we can change the support resistance according to our needs. Next one is profile precision. Profile precision is a percentage. 95%, I am choosing 95% because at least 95% matches it has to find in history. I am giving 5% buffer for error, which always happen because every pattern is almost the same, but they are unique in their own nature. So I'm giving 5% error buffer, but it's your wish. If you want to change to 97, then yeah, you can see that zero profile detected, which is almost impossible. This pattern is so unique, so we need at least a 5% buffer. Next one is shift. I'll show shift is the, for example, here shift is 1. What that means is shift, this is 1, this is 0, this candlestick is 0, the current candlestick is 0, and this is 1. Why I'm choosing 1 is this candlestick won't change. That's it, the structure has formed and it is finished. From there we want to get the probability of buy and sell, so we can enter on exactly on open of the current candle. So if the shift is, so we can check in history. For example, if we set the shift to 10, it's the candlesticks is right here. So if we set it to 11 and set 200 we get a signal here, a buy signal. Yeah, it's a arrow. What it does, or actually is 65% probability that it will hit resistance. Yes, it did hit the resistance, and the probability to, yeah, this is a good signal. And if we took a buy here, we will take a profit of about 200 pips, which is great. Yeah, this is how the CITRA bot works. Sometimes it will win, sometimes it will lose, because a stock market or forex or any sort of trading has its own risk, but these kind of algorithms will give a edge that our predictions will be more knowledgeable one. For example, our prediction will, for in this case, if a person uses CITRA bot and trades with the CITRA bot probabilities, his hedge will be at least a 65% win rate. Okay, along if he was an expert in analyzing economic data, then his win rate will be 75 or 85%. But always remember, there will be loss. no matter what algorithms or no matter what indicators come, there will be loss. But when we are losing, we should lose a small amount of money. But when we are winning, we should win a big amount of money. That's the rule in right. Uh, yeah, this is what CITRA BOT does. We can check in history for say for if we have 42 it is showing sell signal, and we had a sell signal. Yeah, it is a sell win, almost support the almost hits the support, which is really good. CITRA BOT is good with its predictions, but what it really does is that it is not predicting the future, it is saying what history says, what pattern says. So according to Gann, history repeat itself, and according to me, in my trading style, in my trading experience, I'm saying the same. History repeat itself only when we know that what market is doing, what economic data is driving. If we have more information about the economic data, upcoming economic data, and this technical knowledge in pattern identification and this probability things, we have extra edge more than others, so that we win this race. Now let set it to default shift 1 65. Okay, everything is run. This is by probability 65. The alert will come only when the by probability is more than 65, self probability more than 65, and the profile detected is more than 20. We can adjust it, but I recommend at least 20 profiles detected will make the pattern a common one, so that even algorithms trade in your direction, in your prediction. So guys, this is it. This is my new indicator. Hope you like this indicator, and you can even buy it in the link. I will provide the link in the description. You can check it out, and I will provide my LinkedIn profile. You can contact me personally if you need.